Well, hello everyone. Happy Friday, and thank you for taking time out of your busy day and joining our ConnectALL weekly tech demo. Today's topic is driving collaboration between Azure DevOps and your best of breed QA testing tools. My name is Andy Salo. I'm a solutions architect with ConnectALL, and I will be your host for this demo. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So Microsoft Azure DevOps is a widely used Agile planning tool in the market. Many organizations have adopted other tools for quality assurance and testing, like SmartBear's QAComplete. Bridging the gap between these tools is easy to do with ConnectALL's value stream integration platform. Let's imagine a scenario within where your AppDev team using Azure DevOps are working through a 2-week sprint. Of course, testing is a critical component of each sprint and can often derail the throughput for a given sprint. User stories are often delayed and shifted into future sprints because of poor communication between your application development teams and your quality assurance teams. When teams are using multiple tools, it's critical and important to bridge the communication with real-time data flow between both of your tools. So this is really where ConnectALL integration platform can help. So in this simple demo today, excuse me, we'll showcase a user story originating in Azure DevOps, synchronizing to SmartBear QAComplete. We'll show you how the QA team can change the status of the user story, add a comment, while the changes are automatically synced back over to Azure DevOps for the application development team to see and start monitoring. As testing unfolds during a given sprint, the application development team is made aware of any bugs that are uncovered and logged to SmartBear QAC. And to end today, I will just show you how simple it is to create an integration with ConnectALL in 3 easy steps. So let me end my PowerPoint briefly and go over to Azure DevOps. And we'll start off by creating a new user story. So as an application developer, member of their team, you can come in and let's create a new user story. We'll give it a title. We'll say, as a coffee lover, I want my coffee to be steaming hot. And we'll go ahead and save this user story. So now that we've saved that user story, that's going to synchronize over to SmartBear as a requirement. So let's go over to SmartBear. And actually see that our requirement from our user story from Azure DevOps synced over to SmartBear, right? So, before you had integration set up, people were sending between your teams emails, maybe walking over to someone's desk, maybe even a phone call. Now with your integration that you're seeing here, right, you can start to see real-time updates happening between your tools, and your teams have collaboration, starting getting work done faster, to put it simply. So let's go ahead and change our status here. We'll update our requirement in SmartBear as our QA team starts to see that there's a new story within their bucket. So we'll change the status to active. We can even give it a comment here. We'll say, start working on this story tomorrow morning. So now we're having collaboration between our QA team, our testers, and our application developers, kind of giving them real-time updates of what's going on with this story that they submitted today. So we'll go ahead and save that, and now these updates that we made are going to flow back over to our user story in Azure DevOps. So let's go back. We'll do a refresh. And we'll see that our updates that we just made in SmartBear, in the requirement SmartBear, synced right over to our, back right over to our DevOps user story that was created by our application developers. We have our comment here. Now they know that it's being worked on based on this comment and this status of active, right? We even have our, for traceability, we have our IDs between the two objects here. We have our SmartBear ID here, and I'll go back to SmartBear and show you that actually the Azure DevOps ID actually synced over to when it was created too. So that allows for some traceability between your tools, rather than having to log into multiple tools to check, well, which object in Azure DevOps did it sync over to? We can see that right within your tool of choice and within the story that you're looking at, right? And of course, we now have a user story, but as teams are working on this story and working through their sprints, of course, in SmartBear, your QA personnel, your testers are actually busy testing. And of course, in software, bugs do happen. So, as a bug is logged, we can log a bug and have that sync back over to Azure DevOps for your application developers to see that, bugs are actually being worked on and found against this particular user story. So let's go ahead and show that in action. We'll create a new defect in SmartBear. Say my coffee is still too cold. So we gave it a title and a description. We can even add a attachment if we'd like. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll add a bug attachment. And let's go ahead and save our bug that we created in SmartBear. And that's going to now get picked up by ConnectALL and synced over to Azure DevOps as a new bug. So here we go. We see our bug here, synced over in a really quick time, really quick fashion. We have, of course, like I said, we have our ID for traceability, right? And we, like I said, we added an attachment here too. So let's go ahead and look at that, right? So here's our bug. I thought I'd add a little humor to the demo today. So we see our bug, so we can sync attachments too, right? So that's really what I wanted to show in the demo. Just a simple use case that you might see between someone using a agile planning tool such as Azure DevOps and a tool such as SmartBear Complete. So you can see how the teams can collaborate in real time. So what I've shown is a user story and bug created in Azure DevOps and SmartBear, and updates flowing between these two tools. So like I said, with this integration, you can see enhanced real-time communication between your AppDev and quality assurance team. Less rework as data is synchronized between your tools, allowing your team to work in their tool of choice rather than switching between multiple tools during their workday. So really the ultimate goal of delivering software to the market at speed and accelerated delivery of your user stories within your sprints start to be realized using ConnectALL. So having shown that, I'd like to show you how simple it was to set up this integration using ConnectALL. So setting up an integration with ConnectALL really is just a three-step simple process. One, you would just set up your connection where you define your endpoints. Two, choose your entities to integrate. And three, simply map your fields. So let me go ahead and show you that in action in ConnectALL. So within ConnectALL, if we go to our integrations tab, you can see I have a couple application links that I created for this demo that are enabled. So let's go in to our story application link. And we'll go into edit mode, and I'm going to show you how simple it was to set up an integration. We like to say, right, you can literally have an application link and an integration up and running and syncing data within an hour using ConnectALL. And I'll show you how simple that is. So here we are. When you're first setting up an integration, these are the screens that you would go through, these three-step process. First thing you do is you define your connection, set up your connection. As you can see here on the left, we have Azure DevOps and SmartBear on the right. Simply define your URL and your authorization credentials, authentication credentials. Validate those. Step two, choose your entities to integrate, essentially defining the scope of your integration. So for Azure DevOps, we chose user story for our object. And for SmartBear, we chose requirements. And then simply map your fields. Right, you can see here for this integration, I added 6 or 7 fields. It's simple. Up here, you just, it's a simple point and click exercise. Choose the field you'd like to map to each other. Hit add field mapping, and voila, you now have your field mapping. So that's really a simple 3-step process to setting up an integration. You'd hit save, and now ConnectALL will be reaching out to your endpoints, Azure DevOps and SmartBear in this case, and looking for any updates, new user stories, new bugs to synchronize between your tools. So let me go back to my PowerPoint presentation. So in this demo today, I have shown you data synchronizing between an Agile planning tool, Azure DevOps, and a QA testing tool, SmartBear QAComplete. I also walked you through the 3 easy steps to set up an integration using the ConnectALL value stream integration platform. So if there's any further questions, please let me know. Okay, well, thank you for joining today. And if you want to learn more about ConnectALL, feel free to go to our website at ConnectALL.com or reach out to us via email at sales@ConnectALL.com. Thank you for joining today, everybody. Have a good day. Bye-bye.